Welcome back to the Penrite Insight. I'm Shippy and today I'm joined by Al, race engineer at car 26, and we're going to talk about Richie joining the team and heading to Bathurst 500. So we've had a busy off-season, a lot of changes since Adelaide.
Yep.
Give us your thoughts on what we've done in this last period.
Obviously on the car 26 side, we've built a brand new chassis up for Richie, GR03. We spent a lot of time really dialing into the details on that car and taking as much weight out of it as possible with the finer details, getting the body fit 100% right, and really trying to put the best product we can onto the racetrack. Outside of that, there's been a fair bit of time spent with Richie, just sort of laying down our plans and expectations, how we want to work, setting him up with all of the systems that he's going to need to use on a race weekend. And then the team as a whole, just bedding in a few new personnel. There's always a bit of churn as the off-season comes over, so learning new people, setting new systems in place, trying to improve the efficiency and just try and make the general organisation run better.
So Al, we had a really good shakedown and test day last week at Winton. It was great to have Richie at the track with us. Give us your thoughts on how those days progressed.
Yep, it was good to actually get some consistent running with him. I think we got about 7 laps into him last year at a end of year rookie day, so wasn't able to learn much there, but obviously over the last sort of day and 20 laps, I've been able to really knuckle down, sort out the details, get him fully comfortable, understand his driving style, let him understand the car and what he's going to have to deal with, what the issues and the balance complaints are generally going to be in our cars. It was a hot day, but it's always good to operate in a hot environment because you want to deal with pressure, hot weather, tough circumstances. So it's good to get plenty of time with him in that respect and really just start progressing the relationship and building the performance profile. Yeah, so Richie, he's obviously a very different character to Dave that we had last year. He's much more introverted, so he's more direct and to the point than what Dave would have been, which is a good thing in a lot of respects. He's super motivated, got a burning desire to make this journey count, and that is critical to the performance. So really it's now about us just managing that burning desire and making sure that it's focused in the right areas and not pushing down blind alleys and wasting performance in that respect. With Richie, obviously, we're in the process of working out, once David decided to leave, we're working out which direction we wanted to head next, and we did our background on all the drivers. We went through the history of Richie a lot, try and understand what he'd done, where he'd come from. Obviously his European pedigree is very strong. Basically just lacked the funding to make it to Formula One, so he's that level of driver. We obviously went through a lot of his races when he first came back, had some amazing performances. Some of his performances in the wet weather at Bathurst and Sandown were stunning. So we knew the talent was there. So basically we decided that he was the guy based on his past performances. We hadn't seen what he was going to do at Sandown or Bathurst yet, but we'd heard enough and seen enough and felt like he was the man for us. So yeah, we just jumped on board.
So Al, it's great to have Richie join the team, bring him back to the main game series full time. Give us your thoughts on the expectations for this year.
Yep, obviously Richie's going to be fairly highly publicised at the start of this year. It's quite a big story in the category. Obviously, it's like the phoenix rising from the ashes kind of thing. Second opportunity. Everyone loves following a story like that, redemption, all that sort of thing. So yeah, there's a lot of expectation. Everyone wants to see how he's going to go, including us. We've seen him in action at the track, but once we get to the racetrack, it'll be very interesting to see how he operates and how he deals with the pressure of being the sole driver. Obviously, won Bathurst last year with Shane, but moving up into the primary driver role is a big step up. I'm confident and know that he can handle it. It's just getting it all done and making sure that we dot the I's and cross the T's, follow the process, and I think it's going to be quite an interesting story to watch as the year goes on.
So Al, what are your key takeaways from 2023 and how they lead us into this new season?
Yep, obviously 2023 was a roller coaster year, to put it mildly. We had great success at the end of the year, a fairly bad lull in the middle of the year where we lost our way. Various packages of Ford Aero, various specifications of Ford engine. So 2023, I would say, was a very unstable year. But what we were able to do through the year is keep building our understanding of the underlying traits of the car, and I think that has carried on to this year. The same things seem to be doing the same things they were doing last year, even with the new Aero package. So we can take confidence in what we learnt last year and just applying it to the race car this year, and just continuing to build, just understanding. The more we understand, the easier it is to get it right on the day, and that's the difference between first and last.
So we've given Richie a brand new car for this year, GR03, as we touched on. How has Richie integrated into the team and integrated into setting himself up in that car?
Yep, obviously driver comfort's the primary area. So we spent a lot of time working on his seat, and that's still an ongoing process. He's a guy that wants to be perfectly comfortable in the car because he knows and feels that gives him the best opportunity to get the most out of the car, feel every movement in the car and every movement in the tyre. So pedals, mirrors, dash positions, everything, he's very detailed on making sure that's 100% right, so he's not wasting any energy on that side of things. All he wants to be doing is feeling the tyre and what it's doing, so he can then go faster. So that's primarily where his input has driven the development, just making sure he's 100% at home with the car.
So our 2023 off-season was pretty big, building 2 new cars to a new set of rules. Give us your thoughts on how 2024 compared.
Yeah, well, last year there's only one word to describe it, and that was chaos, basically. It was not at all a well planned out or optimised build process for a brand new car, but to the team's credit and everyone in the category, it got done, and like the old duck swimming along the top of the water, everyone got to Newcastle and it looked like everything was going all smoothly, but the legs were paddling like crazy under the water. But this year, much different. It's been a lot more about refinement, details, whereas last year it was just get the thing on the road however you can do it. This year it's all about the details and just finding that last 1% to get the performance out of it.
Given that Richie had a great result last time at Bathurst, what are your thoughts heading back there again to kick off his campaign with Grove Racing?
Well, I think it's a blessing in disguise. Driving there versus, say, if we had to go back to Newcastle, I think going to somewhere where he's just been 3 or 4 months ago in a car that's similar, it'll give him confidence that he can do the job there, and there's not going to be a track initiation or learning process in this car, so he can get straight down to business. And I think just Bathurst itself, it's just great to head there for the first event of the year. It's an exciting place to be. He'll have happy memories. We've got happy memories there from the past. It's just good to get there and get stuck in.
Thanks for joining me, Al. And thanks everyone for tuning in for another episode of the Penrite Insight. Next time we're going to debrief Bathurst 500. Hopefully it's all positives then.